Hi, everyone. Ann Butler here, along with my creative girlfriend and business partner, Lisa Rojas. We are so happy to be here today. Earlier, Lisa showed you two fabulous cards that were quick and easy, but so cute. They were made with ribbons. And I am going to show you how to create this adorable
I love that. Oh
little
my
journal.
goodness.
Isn't that fun?
I love that. And you know what I just noticed?
Huh.
Did you use the same? Yes, you did. The same blue dot ribbon.
Did I?
Yeah. I love that.
So, yes, it's just so cute. So, I'm going to share that with you guys. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Becca.
And I told you guys I would show you. I'll show now and I'll show at the end because sometimes there's more people. But this is the giveaway for Gwen Studios.
Oh.
So, like, share, and comment to enter to win all these fabulous ribbons. And like this one has,
I like that pink and is it pink and white?
this one has 4 different cupcake ones. Like there's white,
I did not get that.
there's blue, purple, and pink.
Yes, I didn't get the first one.
You
All right.
well,
I'm going to have to talk to Jean about that.
and then this one has donuts.
They're so cute, right? Hi, Dorothy.
And I'm not sure what those are. Patties of some sort.
Yeah, like maybe cream cheese or
Yep. That one.
they're pastries or some sort.
Maybe it's donuts flat because it has sprinkles on top. Oh, Rebecca says macaroons. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So
cute.
this is the giveaway. So you'll be able to make those fabulous cards that Lisa made.
Oh,
and you would be able to do what I'm doing with different colors.
Yeah.
The ribbons are cool. Gwen Studios has some fabulous ribbons out there. We are so happy to work with them.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Today, I'll be showing you this. I've been doing a lot with these little mini journals, and I'll show you some of the other things I've done just because I like to have a notebook with me at all times. I'm still a write down paper and pen girl. So whether it's in the car, on the boat, in my purse, at my desk.
Yep. Next to your bed.
Right. Definitely one next to my bed. I know. I mean, I do
in the middle of the night, right? And you get all these fabulous ideas. You get, you got to write it down.
Well, and I do use my phone to put some notes in and stuff. Like if I'm grocery shopping, I'll do a list and stuff. But
yeah,
for the most part, I like pen and paper.
I do too.
Yeah.
Although I'm getting better working with my Galaxy tablet.
See? Yeah.
I am getting better with that only because I was sick and tired of having sticky notes everywhere.
I could show you my desk.
Writing, like a big old long list of stuff and then not being able to find my list.
I know. Well, I have sticky notes all over my desk right now. That is my.
I'm telling you though, this Galaxy. Now, see, I don't know. Maybe it's because, I'm normally an iPad kind of girl. But this is like perfect size for my desk.
Oh, yeah.
For right here, because my iPad it's big and bulky, and this works better just for that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, my sticky notes do me well because then I can post them exactly, so I don't forget. And,
Yeah. Well, that's why I use my Galaxy now because I put all what I'm supposed to be doing, a to-do list.
Yep.
And then but I still have sticky notes in some places, but like the important stuff.
Yeah. And plus I like the reason, like Dorothy said, she likes writing with a pen or pencil and paper.
Yeah.
I do because I like to cross things off my list.
I know, because it makes you feel so accomplished, right?
It does. It does. I mean, I will even put things on there that weren't there if I did them.
I
To
know, right?
customer
Just to
ship-offs,
make you feel better. Exactly.
you know?
I do that with my tablet, and it has lines that it'll cross it out for you. I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh, this is just so cool."
Rebecca doesn't even have a smartphone or a tablet, so sticky
No,
notes work.
there you go.
Keep it
Hey,
that way.
it's not for everybody.
You don't wanna be glued to it.
Nope,
Trust me, you know?
nope.
So today we are
Lord.
showcasing Gwen Studios Ribbons, and, currently I'm working on the summer issue of the magazine. It will be out in June, so that's just a month away. Might be 6 weeks, might be middle of June, but I'm leaving for, a trade show on, the end of June, so it has to be done
Yeah,
before
you wanna
that.
get it done before. Yep.
Yes.
So you don't have to even think about it while you're gone.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah, and
definitely want
I'm
to
going
get
to the mountains for 3 weeks, so I don't wanna be thinking about it either.
that. Yep, we just want that done. So
Yep.
remember to like, share, and comment with the hashtag Bella Crafts to be entered for this week's giveaway, and we will announce the winner of last week's giveaway at the end of my demo
Video. Yep.
video demo.
Demo, for
So
demo. Yes.
I am going to switch my camera around, and
Oh. I was just reading Dorothy's comment. I thought that was kinda cute.
my husband
Yeah.
is training me to do things on shared iPhone calendar and shopping list. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure about a shared calendar. Oh, that's a lot for me. Plus, people would think, why does she have so many things on her list? So,
I know, right? I
yep.
love that. Oh, I love that, Dorothy.
Okay, so I have my studio lights on. I don't think I'm using anything where I have to. Usually, I shut my studio lights off because it's so bright in here. And guys, it's going to be almost 70 here today. I am so excited.
Oh my
Snow
goodness.
last week, sleet last week, sunshine. I'm so happy.
Oh,
Finally
you know
made it
what?
to live, Beatrice. Hi, so happy to have you here again.
Yes, hi. Hey, Sunday, I had my air conditioning on in my studio. Monday, I had my heater on.
Oh yeah, I'm not there.
It went 30 degrees in one day.
Yeah,
It
no.
was crazy. Go ahead. Sorry, I
Okay.
regressed.
So this is what we're creating today. And I wanted some kind of closure. So I put ribbon just on the back side. I did the back just in white because I didn't want to waste all that beautiful ribbon on both sides. This way I can get two. And this way, the back is just fine.
Right.
But I wanted some kind of closure. So I haven't put anything here yet because I was going to do that during the live. But this, it's just wraps around. Now it can wrap around just that half turn and it keeps it closed, or it can go all the way around. But I like that half turn with this just hanging down.
It's pretty.
So, to do this, like ribbon weaving, I mean, Gwen Studios has, I want to move my chair over so because I have some of the ribbon on there. They have these packages of ribbon that I think this one comes with 24 packs in it, and this one has been well used. I've used it for several projects, which is why I don't have, I think I have 22 left. I've emptied 2 spools. But this is really cool because it has satins and gold grains. It has the like 3/8 inch, I think it is, and then the little 1/8 inch, and it has twine in there. It has these beautiful metallics. This is where having my lights off helps. But it has those beautiful metallics. So it comes with such a wide, beautiful range. And that's what I used for this project today. But they also have packs of brights that are all grosgrain. So it has the polka dots and the solids. That I think I used last year when I did the woven Easter basket. And then it also comes in like 12 packs if you want something smaller. And those are just some beautiful pastels.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that it comes all together and they all go together. So to get started, I pre-cut my ribbons here. I just want to make sure which ones are which. Some are longer. Okay, so these are my longer ones. So when I first started this, I had laid all my ribbons out next to each other. And then I knew I was going to use heat and bond to attach it. And I thought, well, I want to attach it to the ribbon. So then I thought I need to do this backwards. So I take and I lay all my ribbons out. I might take my iron and real quickly flatten these.
Yeah, it makes it easier, right?
It would be easier for me so that they're not all curly. Oops. But if you do it backwards, then you can't maybe see your pattern, but you know what you're putting down, so you're keeping them separate. There. But what I did was I did like this assortment comes with blues, blue and whites, blue and gray or silver, and solid grays. The satin, it doesn't matter which side you put down. But I just kind of went every other. One was a blue, one was either a white or a gray. And you want to put them as close as you can. Now for this, I'm covering these little mini journals. So you want to make sure it's wider than the blue part of the cover because you're not going to cover where the spine is. So I put all these down. And I actually went 2 ribbons wider just so that I could kind of pick and choose, but that way the ones in the middle here stayed straighter. And that just really helped me. And then I took just some painter's tape. And taped them down. And they're all nice and close. But the 2 on the end always kind of bow out just a little bit more. So you just want to make sure that those center ones are exactly where you want them. And I cut this a couple inches longer than the height of this. And the ribbons that are going across, I did a couple inches wider than how wide I needed it, just because you want that extra. And then you just start weaving. So you can lift all of the blue ones because I did every other color. So it makes it easy to know which ones you're lifting. And then I just push it all the way up there by that tape. And it helped I press these. And then I'm going to take a blue one, and then I'm going to lift up the white or the gray. And this is a great project for kids because it's easy to weave. And when you're doing it with opposite colors, it helps. Otherwise, they just lift every other one. So if you have a bunch of the bold colors or the brights, just remember, lift every other one. And then you just push that up as far as it will go. So you want to keep that tight. And I work at keeping all of it tight as I go. So in the end, I'm not fussing with all of it. So that's what I did. I'm not going to weave the whole thing for you just because you don't want to watch that. So then I took a piece of cardstock, just white cardstock, because I didn't want, if there were any gaps, I didn't want this color to show through, because these come in all different colors. You know, you don't want orange showing through. And these are just mini composition books. So I picked these up at Walmart for 97 cents, and there's 3 of them. They also have them at the dollar store. So you want to check that out. So what I did was I took some cardstock and I went with the straight edge. I made sure one of my sides was going to be the straight edge of the paper. And then I just cut it bigger than I needed it. I want that straight edge because that is where I'm going to butt that up. And if I go with one of the ones I cut, it might not be perfect. Like there's a little gap. So you just want to have one of those straight edges. And then I took my Heat and Bond. Heat and Bond is fabulous. It is a double-sided adhesive that is used in fabric crafts. And I use it in crafts. I've been using this stuff forever. It comes in different weights. Like there's a lightweight, there's a heavy bond, or ultra hold. This I'm using the ultra hold because I want all of these ribbons to stick together. So you do the entire thing, making sure you push up at every one. And you cut your cardstock. And then I would cut a piece of this, the same size as my cardstock. So I'm going to trim this down just so that I can show you guys how easy it is to iron it on. And you don't want it, you don't want it bigger than your cardstock because you don't want this fusible stuff getting on your iron. So we're going to work with it right here over the ribbon. You wouldn't do this, but I'm just showing you. And you make sure you have your cardstock covered. And you just put the adhesive side down and iron on the paper side. You let it cool for a few seconds. If you try and pull that up right away, you're going to pull the stickiness away from the paper. So you just let that cool for a minute. Karen said she used Heat and Bond years ago, and it works great. It does work great. Do you know what I did with this one time when we were living in, when we first moved back to Minnesota? And we rented a house that, until we found a house to buy. And it was an older house, and he said I could decorate it any way I wanted. Well, I made curtains for the living room, and then I took part of the fabric and made a 6-inch border and put all the way up on the wall because I couldn't find wallpaper I liked. So it works great for so many things. So you might not be able to see, well, you can see that just a little bit. The sticky side transferred onto the cardstock. Now, if this whole thing was done, you would trim this so you don't go onto your pad, but trim it the width of your ribbon and then iron it on to here. So then you end up with this. This I've already, okay, so I ironed it and then I trimmed it all away. And then you have all those ribbons are exactly in place. Now, when I did this, when I wove for this, I actually, this one I made big enough for one. I actually did it the whole length of this so I could have 2 covers. Just do one at a time. It's easier to manage than doing 2 because then I found that I really had to push all of those ribbons up. So this one, I know I need to trim this edge just a tiny bit right here because I want that straight edge, and that one was just a little big. And even if your ribbons go wonky, cut it straight with the ribbon and you're going to be fine. And most of it doesn't fray. Like there might be a little bit of fraying, but we'll take care of that. Next, you're going to take your composition book and you can add that right on there if you want. But I didn't like the black. So I went and got my medical tape, which I have used for bindings before. And oh my goodness, this works great, but this wasn't wide enough. And I didn't want seams all over it. So I went with my second choice is I just got out some gesso and I painted over that. You can use white acrylic paint. Gesso works great because it covers up the color underneath. So you only have to do one layer of it. So the gesso works great. Medical tape, yes, it's amazing how it comes in handy. Where do you get your heat and bond? Dorothy, heat and bond is available at Walmart, Michael's, Joann's. It's readily available. So one coat, and it didn't matter if I went over the edges because I'm covering all that up. So I did both sides and I let that dry. Now for this, you can take and put this on. You can do heat and bond. It's dry, it's quick, and it works great. Or you can use a permanent tape runner. Or you can use a craft glue. Any one of those is fine. I'm going to take and go ahead and move this off of here. And I'm going to use some heat and bond so I can show you guys how easy it is. So you go on the back side, and that just isn't a perfect cut, but it will be perfect once I put it on there. I need to trim that just a little bit more. There we go. So I know that's the edge I'm going to use. So I can cut this excess off. And all these little tiny pieces you can use in little projects. Heat and bond is great if the hem came down on your pants, or, you know, it's good for lots of things. So I'm going to put that there. And follow the manufacturer's instructions, but when I'm just transferring it on the first one, I just do it for a couple seconds and let that cool. And grab the edge. There we go. That edge there. So it's on there. And then I'm going to put it right up make sure you have it overlapping the top and bottom. That's why we made this longer. And butt that right up next to that binding. And then this one side that you just pulled off, one side is glossy and the other side is paper. Take and put the glossy side down on the ribbons and the waxy side or the paper side up. And iron this on to your cover. Now you'd follow the manufacturer's instructions. I'm not sure. I can't remember how long it says to do it. But this is just protecting those ribbons. It's not going to hurt the ribbons if you iron them, but I like to use this in between. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute. We're not peeling anything off. That's warm. But now we're going to come in and trim all of that excess away. And I come straight across, even though that's curved, I go straight across and come down straight on this edge too. And then you'll come back and you'll trim those corners. Now you want a good scissor. You don't want your fabric scissor because you're cutting next to that cardstock too, which I think I cut just a little bit too close. And then you just come and you do those curves. And there you have your cover. Quick and easy. So the hardest part of this is doing the weaving. And see, this is where I wanted my cover. Like once you hold this open, it's hard for them to stay in place, which is why I wanted the ribbon in the back. And what I did, I'm not going to do it right now, but I just took some sheer ribbon and eyeballed the middle. And I put that down. And then I took some more white cardstock and attached it and cut around it. And when I cut around it, I folded this ribbon down so I wouldn't cut it. And while this is totally fine, I wanted this edge covered up just a little bit more. And the twine that was in there, I could take that and put that right there, and that's perfect. But I wanted just a little bit more detail. So Gwen Studios also does trims. So I took this packet of trims and I liked this one. I took this one and I started at the back and I glued it over the spine and it overlapped there. But then I took a second piece and glued it with wet glue and brought it around that way. So the whole spine was covered with that pretty trim. It just gave it one more texture, which I liked. And that's when I took and did a small bead of glue between the trim and the ribbon. I did a very small bead. It dries clear. And I put the trim right on top, the braid. And I pushed it and I just walked away and let it dry. And then I trimmed the ends. And then I took some of the wet glue and came around and I had to trim these. So then I put the wet glue on the edges here and on the edges here, just so that they won't ravel, because this is frayed. Right there, you can see, you know, you can't cut it perfectly flat because it's an open weave. So I just added that glue once I trimmed it. And then I had this ribbon here, and I just took my crocodile, punched a hole, and put a brad in there. And I have it so that it's up. So it's up just a tiny bit so I can wrap that ribbon around. But I also knew I wasn't sure that I was going to like that. So I thought I would come in with just one piece of ribbon and go over it on the inside.
Oh, that's pretty.
I can use any of the ribbons I used in the cover there. So I think I'll go with that one. It's not as distracting maybe.
Yeah, that's a good way to hide the brad though.
Well, yeah, see, that really bothers me.
Yeah, I know.
So
because we don't like things like that, right?
No, I don't. So I'm just going to use wet glue.
It just polishes the project off,
That finished look is what I'm always going for.
Yeah.
And then I'll go right over the brad and I want it about as wide as my ribbon. This is going to dry clear, so it's not such a big deal. But there's enough on there that it should ooze out to the sides. And I'm not going to put it right along this edge because I want to cover that. I put that in a good 3/8 of an inch because I didn't want it so close to the edge. So I'm just going to cover it like that. Now I want this to dry before I trim it. Well, I guess I wouldn't have to, but I'm not going to close it again. So I would just let it dry. But that way that's covered. Well, I'll trim it just because it looks silly right now.
Oh my goodness.
If I wasn't live, I would let that totally dry.
Oh yeah. And Dorothy, you saw my response to your question about Gwen Studios and Facebook, right?
Yeah, they're not on Facebook or anywhere really.
Yeah, I put their Instagram link in.
So I'm not gonna shut this because I don't want, because it's a wet glue, it might ooze out onto this paper. So that's why I want it to totally dry. But isn't that cute? Super cute. So many things you can do with these little mini notebooks. I'm going to show you a couple of the other things I've done. Like this one. This is my toner paper that I foiled and then I embossed with an embossing folder. And I just put it on here, and the black didn't bother me here at all because there are these little fine lines of this toner paper that are black, and all of them don't always get picked up. So it blended nicely. And I didn't think I needed to paint this white. I like the black with this. I did both sides because this is just paper. The ribbon, it takes a while to weave it, and I didn't think it was necessary to have it on both sides. But for this, I did it on both sides. And here is the same one that isn't embossed with an embossing folder.
Okay.
So you can do it either way. You can, but see, you guys know I love foil. So of course I had to use foiled paper on there. But then you can use any other kind of paper you have too. And this is actually a cork paper, which is a fabric. And this one has, again, one ribbon going on the back side.
I
didn't
love
bring it
that
around the
cork.
front. I know, right?
It's
So you
beautiful.
can do so much with these little journals. You know, you're just, I mean, this is way prettier to carry in your purse than this. It's fine. Nothing's wrong with it. They come in handy. But I like pretty things.
Yeah, you want to see pretty.
And like this one, I don't know because it's a light color and the ribbons are delicate. Would I throw it in my purse? Maybe not. Would
Yeah,
I
I
put
would
it
keep
in
that
my
one.
would I put it in my computer bag? Yeah. I would
Yeah,
put it in my computer bag where I took it out if I was at a conference. So, you know, that I would do. But for my everyday, I'm going to do something like this,
yeah.
you know?
Love those.
But it's an easy way to update something that is inexpensive in the first place, and just a fun way to make it pretty, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring Lisa in.
I love it. I thought it was a great project. I thought you did a great job on it. And I love, love, love the woven ribbons. I know I did that little thingy at Christmas time that was, that just, I don't know, they just come out so pretty. Dorothy's was the only remark that I had starred, but I did answer her. So I forgot. I only put like one link in because I was so busy watching what you were doing.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We
Yeah,
want people to watch the project anyhow. But isn't that beautiful? I
I
mean,
love it.
you can do this. I saw that somebody put in there, Karen, the blue could be a baby boy book. It could.
Yeah.
And you could do this in any size. I mean, I choose these little tiny inexpensive, books because they're easy to carry in my purse. But
Yeah.
you can do it any size, yeah, and it would be beautiful. But you can use any colors of ribbon, you
I
know.
know, right?
And also you don't have to, if you prefer just doing some quick ones this way. But this would be a fun kids project too,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yep, for
because
sure.
I have lots of grandkids, as you guys know, 16 of them. So when they come over to craft, I like projects that are easy, but of course they don't look easy. The results are always good, but I like things that gives them time to actually work on it. I don't wanna give them I don't I wouldn't wanna do this and have them just stick a piece of paper on. It'd be one thing if I had them foil it and emboss it and,
Yeah.
go through the steps, but doing all of this, and then they can pick out their colors of ribbon. They can pick out their trim. I have all sorts of fun, cute, not brads.
Eyelets.
No brads. No.
Eyelets.
No. Well, I have lots of those too, but that they can choose from that are different. Some of them are sports themed and hearts and
Yeah.
so they can pick out whatever they want. Wow, 16. Yes, Brenda. 16 grandbabies. Ages 7 months. Wait, he's 9 months now. 9 months
Where did that go?
to 14. So, yes,
That's a lot of grandbabies.
it is. It would be a nice school craft and for Mother's Day. Yes. Yeah. So I missed the start. I need to go back and watch the technique with the ribbons. Yes. It's a great way to use up the odds and ends of ribbons because
Mhm.
these books are so small, and you can use, all those little bits of ribbon you have too.
Yeah.
Like, because as crafters, we save all those little bits. I actually have
Yep.
across my studio, I have got a very cool ribbon rack somebody made me. So it's only about 4 inches deep, maybe. But he put these slots in it so poles go in to hold on my ribbon,
Yep.
and then it notches down so they stay in place. And on top of that, I have got jars. I'll show you. I'll grab one so you guys can see.
There you go. We love seeing what's in your craft room.
I have got jars of all those little bits of ribbon left over, and they're all colorized, But
Yeah. Okay, that's way that's
yep.
way more organized than mine, and that's kind of shocking because I like to organize things, but my scraps I just have in plastic bags. But
And if
those
I had to, no, I like.
that's a great idea. It's a
But yeah,
much
these
better
were
idea.
perfect.
Yeah.
So it's a wide mason jar, and
Craft sticks.
I didn't have. Yep, they're the wide popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
But that way I can have just little bits. And I know like some of these are maybe 2 feet,
Yeah.
But that way, if I need just a little bit of ribbon, I have them. And because you put them on the popsicle sticks, you do have to iron them before you use them.
Well, yeah.
It is a great way to organize scraps. That is, I do, as you can tell from my little drawers, I do like to organize things.
I do too. I just didn't think of using the craft sticks. That's a great idea.
It works.
And I think you've showed me that before, and it just
because I have spools and spools of ribbon over there, but all those little bits that you have left over, I can't throw them away. Or like when you order something and they wrap it in twine or they wrap it in ribbon, I save that ribbon. I am that person.
You know, right? I do too.
I like the tissue paper if it's pretty because I can reuse it.
Oh boy, we are.
Yes, Karen, a use for your popsicle sticks. Yes. Every time I go on Michael's, I look at the inexpensive ribbon bin and usually come home with 1 or 2. Yes, sometimes they do. They have those bags filled with all the end of the rolls, spools.
You know what I love about Gwen Studios Ribbons, though? I know they do sell individual, but I like the packs because of the variety, but also because everything is so color coordinated.
I know.
Right? So you don't really have to think about it, whereas a lot of times when you're working with color, you've got to think what's going to match with this. And, I love that.
Oh, I see that Rebecca said you can't buy direct from Gwen Studios. Not at this time. Michaels.com and Walmart.com is where they have their ribbons for sale right now.
Yeah, and if you just put search Gwen Studios, the ribbons will come up.
Then they come right up. Yeah. And then I save ribbon and twine bits too. Yeah, I know. Ribbon, paper, twine, all of it. I mean, it's like you cannot have enough. She was talking about the spools, but like, okay, so I use a lot of this sheer organza type in white and black when I'm doing cards.
Yep.
And I think this is 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, 3/8. But this 100-yard spool, I think is like $12.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's a good value. It's not that much, not when you use it all the time.
Right. And when you're, if you get like a sheer like that or a white, you can normally color them.
Oh yeah, this
you've done a million times.
When I had my inks,
you
first step went out of business. I would always buy white of everything.
Yeah,
because my inks were for fabric, and I would just color them.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do that, and Oh, I used your button idea, which are buttons too. Yep, I do love me some. I do canning too. So, not with these jars, but I mean, that's why I thought of it, because even in my kitchen cupboards or like in my fridge, I wash my strawberries or my raspberries and I'll put them in a canning jar with a lid because they stay fresh longer.
Yeah.
And if I
That's a
keep
great
them in
idea.
that little container. And wait a second, I lost you for a second. So these jars, I put all sorts of things in my pantry in these jars.
Yeah, mason jars
What
are
don't
great.
you do?
Yeah.
I don't know. There are some things I don't do, but I do. I don't garden. I have a garden. My husband, like, I choose what we would plant, and he takes care of the garden because, yeah, I don't love the weeds and the dirt, but I love to pick everything and I love to can. So, you know, we
If
make
it's
our own wine.
if it's food
Maybe
related,
you should delegate housework to other. Yeah, but unfortunately, we had 5 kids. They're all out of the house, so it
yeah,
is me
you
and
need
my.
to bring the grandbabies over and have
They
them,
are very helpful. They
yeah,
are.
I know they are.
You know, like
I
those
know.
certain cupboards where all your Tupperware containers are. You
Yeah.
can't. You know, it's kind of like, help me organize this, because you gotta
Oh,
get down on your hands and knees now for some of those cupboards. It's hard getting
yeah.
back up.
Exactly.
I remember the day
Exactly.
it wasn't hard, but it is hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, geez. And
Yeah,
they say that getting older is, not that bad.
it isn't. It isn't bad, but aches and pains.
Yeah. I have enough that I don't even
Yeah.
need the old age stuff, I have enough trouble just with their other stuff.
Well,
But
we
oh
want
my,
to thank you guys for joining us. Lisa
yeah.
has the winner from
Oh, yes,
last
I
week.
do. Where
We have, okay, so like, comment, and share for those of you that didn't see at the beginning. This is what we're giving away this week from Gwen Studios. All these, okay, there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
6.
I'm really
And
digging the pink and red one. That's really pretty.
the pink and red.
The
This one?
stripe.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Lisa said
Yeah.
she didn't get this one. So,
No,
like,
we didn't.
for those
That's
of you that
pretty.
watched Lisa's video, she used not this one, but she used the
Yeah.
cupcake one for her birthday card. So in this package assortment that you're getting 4 different cupcake colors with ribbon, with assorted ribbons. Where's the other one? There's this one. See?
Yep.
And then you're getting, I think Rebecca decided that was macaroons. That sounds good to me. It has sprinkles on it. And then this one has donuts.
Yeah.
So you're able to use all of these and make either little tiny woven journals or Lisa's fabulous cards. So like, comment, and share on my video and Lisa's to win this. And they're at my house, so they'll be sent out next week after we pick the winner. They'll be sent out right away.
Yeah,
Makes
there
a
you
difference.
go.
Makes a difference when we're not contacting the
Companies.
sponsors.
Yeah.
When we already have them, I can ship them the next day. So, well, as soon as we have your address.
Yeah, because sometimes that takes time. So, yeah.
And Lisa, the winner from last week?
Yeah, the winner from last week is Jean Marie Kepler. Jean Marie Kepler.
Congratulations, Jean. I don't know that
congratulations.
name.
I didn't see her in today. But congratulations. I'll be in contact with you.
Perfect.
So, yes. And she won a free ebook from us.
Yes.
So
yep, she gets her prize.
Yeah, so we'll let her pick what she wants, and yay.
Because last week we did an interview with Tracy. Yep.
Right.
And next week, who do we have coming up?
Next week.
You remember?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it. We're supposed to have Trinity next week. Trinity Stamp
Company. Okay. So we'll see. We might have to switch it if we don't get the stuff in time. But
right. That's
It's okay. We improvise very well. Lisa is learning.
Well,
a lot.
yeah, I'm learning. I'm still not as good as her because I just get too flustered.
No, we'll know by Friday
Oh, yeah.
what we're doing. So,
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right.
so thank
That's
you
it.
all for coming. And
Yes,
remember to always take a little time to craft because it's good for your
it's
soul.
good for your soul. Yep, it really is.
Yeah. Thank
All
you
right.
guys.
See you guys next week.
We will see
Bye.
you all next week.